Welcome to the number ones podcast on the internet. True story.
True story. That was actually pretty good.
It's a true story. We're all about the number ones. This is the number ones podcast. All we read is number ones, because that's all there is anymore.
Except this week.
Son of a bitch.
I'm reading Mighty Avengers, number 9, although I'm surprised they didn't slap a number 1 on the cover.
Yeah. I mean, why not? I mean, are you sure there's not a number 1 hidden somewhere on the cover?
In the UPC code.
Aha!
Anyways, Mighty Avengers, number 9, the greatest Avengers title being published by Marvel today.
The Avengers title no one cares about.
What are you talking about? Everyone cares about it. This is, like, awesome book. And it's been getting really good lately, because now they're fighting, like, crazy stuffs and monsters and science things.
They're fighting science?
Yeah. So the book opens up with Ronan sitting around. What the fuck? Okay, go. 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 Is the cat there? Are you scared?
Silence. Jeff starts talking.
Okay, go. Go on.
Kids and animals, folks.
So the book opens up with Ronan sitting around over talking to his Kalu, Tibetan master of black magic, his buddy over in, well, I guess Tibet. That would make sense.
Yeah.
Over this, what is it? Orb thing they've got last issue. Anyways.
Always orbs. Why is it always orbs?
I don't know. When he gets attacked by some ninja were snakes, which actually are pretty cool.
Jesus Christ.
Ninja were snakes. Yeah. Anywho's cuts to Blue Marvel dealing with his sons and getting trapped in the negative zone at an earlier date. Does some flashback stuff, like when he fought the atomic skeletons of Paris, the dream machine of Dr. Scorpion, the Millennium Bug, which was in the year 2000. The Millennium Bug, get it?
Clever.
I know. All sorts of things. And then his son actually got stuck in the neutral zone. Now he's coming back.
Negative zone?
That's right. Negative
the
zone.
Neutral zone.
Yeah.
Standoff with some Romulans.
Negative zone. You are correct, sir. Oh my god. That would have been kind of funny, though. That would have been kind of funny. It's just Dead Space.
I love Dead Space. It's a good game.
So, anyways, She-Hulk powers up, beats his son back into the negative zone because he'll destroy the whole solar system if he stays, because the negative zone is just all popping up and flaring out and whatever. It's a pretty action-filled book. It's actually really good. Shocker, Ronan's alter ego has been revealed, and guess who, Gary? You'll never guess. This guy!
Oh my god! No one saw that coming 7 months ago.
It's Blade! And the book ends with, to be Blade-tinued.
Holy shit.
This book was awesome, actually.
That doesn't make any sense.
Why?
To be Blade-tinued?
It's the word blade and the word continued, and they make them smush together to make one word.
Okay, now I get it.
When next issue you come back, they'll deal more with Blade. See?
And now the Blade Nally.
See, you're getting it. Now you understand. There you go. Great Greg Land art. He does quite a pretty job in this book. I don't really see too much photo referencing as they've been, he's been accused of in this issue, since there's so much action and stuff going on. So, I mean, I'm sure there's probably a little bit.
I think I'll pass on this whole story. I'll just pick up the Blade paperback.
Oh, snap! That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Or the Bladenibus.
I wish they'd come out with one of those. It'd be awesome. Anyways, I really like it. It's written by Al Ewing, drawn by Greg Land.
Why is Greg Land on this book?
Because it's awesome! You don't read it, so you don't know!
So, I think Blade...
You don't know.
You need to know about that book.
Ronan revealed! On the cover, it says.
On the script to issue 1, he was revealed.
Wrong! It was in an interview.
About the script to issue 1.
Kablooey. Anywho's, great book. Pick it up. It is one of the best Avengers books in my esteemed opinion, because it is 80%
of Marvel's library right now. So
it's true. It's true. So, not a number one.
Ruined the whole bloody theme of the show.
Breaking from tradition. It's been how many? At least 3 or 4 weeks of number ones. So.
Yep. I'm carrying on our proud tradition.
Who are you? What have you got?
I had 2 number ones to pick from this week. One of them I was really looking forward to, and one of them was the one that I read. Batman,
so why'd you buy it?
$2.99, and I just wanted to see.
All right.
Batman Eternal, number 1. DC's first foray into weekly books in the New 52.
Yeah.
Coming up with Future's End being the next one. Hopefully it's better than this. Scott Snyder writes Batman, the main book, so I was kind of had some hopes this might be good. I don't know about this.
If you're hemming and hawing, that means it's not. That's basically what it means.
Yeah, I don't see me investing $8 a month. No, $12 a month in this series. Especially
12 large bones.
Yeah,
12 large bones a month.
Yep, I'm all about 12 large bones. Yeah. I don't waste my 12 large bones on much. It's certainly not going to be this. Jesus, what's happening this episode? I had such high hopes for the show last night when I went to bed. I was thinking this is going to be a good show today, and now we're talking about my adulation for 12 large bones. I don't know what's going on. Book opens up with the standard, this is the end of the story cliche, so already I'm like, oh, okay. But cool image of Bruce strapped to a broken bat signal with a bat emblem carved into his chest. Whoever carved that bat emblem did a damn fine job. That
sure did. It's pretty spot
surgically
on.
Precise.
Maybe they just did it while the shirt was on and traced it. Traced it.
But story features Professor Pig as the main bad guy, who I don't care for.
Professor Pig.
Professor Pig, P-Y-G.
Okay.
Never cared for him. Didn't like Grant Morrison's creation of the character. So he was a stupid bad guy. New kid on the block as far as the GCPD goes, coming to town his first night, working for Gotham Police. Gordon ends up being involved in what appears to be a tragic accident that causes the death of quite a few people. But there may be something more going on. If Gordon's hallucinating, there might be something involved with some type of hallucinogen toxin drug that he might have been exposed to during the fight with Professor Pig. He apparently fires at what he believes is an armed person, but isn't, and then does some damage to the railway tracks on the subway train that they're fighting near. But kind of loses the whole aspect of this when this control box thing apparently controls the switches for these subway trains.
Oh, yeah.
Yet these two are on such a close course to each other, even if they weren't broken, they were going to slam into each other. Because there's no way even switching tracks at this point would have worked, because they're on the same track heading towards each other right into the tunnel anyway, like at the station. So, kind of weird. But, yeah, so Jim Gordon is set up to take a fall here, potentially by either some forces inside the GCPD or by a Batman rogue. Didn't really care for the story as it was laid out. The art is really nice, I'll give it that. I mean, it looks great. But, kind of a weak entry from Scott Snyder. It's, take a look, see what you thought. Didn't really enjoy it. I'm not gonna pick this up.
Do you think it would work better in a trade?
It might. It's definitely a quick read. For $2.99, if you're looking for a Batman book, it would be a good deal.
Yeah.
But again, it's gonna be a weekly, so if you want it, you're gonna end up spending $12.
But if you don't buy too many books...
True, yeah.
This might be affordable.
Right? But, for me, from where I'm coming from with this book and how much I was just meh while reading it, I'm gonna pass on this. As a standalone issue, It feels definitely like a kickoff. Has a wonderful poster for John Romita Jr. drawing Superman that, again, doesn't actually look finished.
His head looks too big for his body.
His chin looks ridiculous.
Yeah.
But, yeah, not impressed with the first issue of Batman Eternal. Didn't really care for it. There were some logic problems. And, yeah, not going to be a repeat buy for me.
So I'll give mine a
resounding
4.
thumbs up.
4 out of 5. What about you?
I'm going to give mine a 2.875
All
out
right.
of 5.
All right, cool. So, brow raiser time. Look at that, no hesitation. No hesitation.
That's good. That's professional.
That's right.
The thing that caught my eye last week in the world of comics and our issues that we picked up was actually the first 8 pages of Moon Knight #2.
That was awesome.
It's pretty fantastic. There's
The whole issue was good.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Done in one story. I think that might be Warren Ellis's MO when it comes to this Moon Knight
His
series.
forte.
His forte, if you will. Yeah, it was 8 different characters and their, I guess, final moments, and then they were removed from the panel.
One by one.
One by one, and there was a color shift from like red to white to the vanished off the page, so it was like they were being taken out of existence.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a fantastic. I would love to get a sequential run of these on a poster frame and mount them. I think it would be fantastic. It's a great piece of art. It's wonderful. The only issue is that it's broken up by ads inside the book.
Yeah.
So you've got one page with these framed square images of these people. Then there's an ad for Amazing Spider-Man 2. Then you turn the page, there's 2 more of these pictures side by side, which work great, a nice flow. Turn the page, and there's another ad. Like, oh god, come on.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I know Captain America's out of Harley Davidson. Fine. I just want to see this cool art presented. But aside from that, really, really great piece of sequential art and storytelling all combined in these 8 pages. It was fantastic. I'm very happy. I'm going to keep sticking with Moon Knight.
Artist in question is Declan Shalvey.
There we go.
Fantastic, fantastic artist. Actually, as an addendum to your brow raiser, after that 8 pages was done, there's a shot of him coming out of the sky with his cape. I love that shot every time they do it.
Yeah.
Like, that just looks
his
fantastic.
cape, I mean, they've taken artistic liberties with the cape in most shots, but it works.
Mm-hmm.
And the point where...
So he looks like the moon when he's coming down.
Yeah,
like, it's awesome.
Great. And the whole, the guy asking why he can't seem to lay any damage on Moon Knight, and he says, because I'm not real.
Yeah.
Like, are you? What's going on?
Yeah.
I wonder if that line will come back later and pay off. But yeah, Moon Knight #2, the first 8 pages are just fantastic.
Not a lot of comic news this week.
Teen Titans
Was there?
is ending, but coming back.
That ended a while ago.
No.
Sure did. Well, the news of it ending was a while ago.
Yeah, but the last issue's coming out, a couple weeks, and back with a new #1 in June.
All new Marvel Teen Titans now.
Marvel Teen Titans?
I don't know. Whatever.
Marvel now, Teen Titans DC .1. What? Forever
Weekly.
End. Forever Evil End. Eternal Titans. What?
Although Forever Evil, did you see that again? Got pushed back again.
Oh, god damn it.
Did you see that?
You know what's really stupid? The issues of Superman from last week are referencing all this crap that's already over. Like the nuclear bomb that explosion that him and Wonder Woman caused in Wonder Woman Superman 6. Him killing Dr. Light in Forever Evil. So Greg Pak is referencing shit that's already gone past and happened in the current Superman book. So this Forever Evil stuff, I think we've gone past it. No one... The actual books themselves don't even make reference to it anymore as a past event. So everything's kind of settled back down.
Yeah.
So, good job.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Good job. Now, whose fault would that be? Let me see. Finch?
I don't think so. I think it's, I don't know what. Combination of everything.
Probably Finch, not getting the damn books drawn in time.
We'll see. Alright, yeah, and all new Teen Titans, eh?
Teen Titans! Same team. They might be adding
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Raven has a stupid costume.
I hate her new costume. It's, once again, the more is less approach to costume design. And
Beast Boy's green, though. He's green.
I thought he wasn't.
Red.
Yeah, he's changing him?
You didn't see the promo pic?
No.
Oh, yeah. He's green now.
How'd that change?
Don't know.
Awesome.
I don't read it.
It kind of made sense for him to be red, though, in this...
Yeah, because they tied him into Animal Man.
Yeah,
maybe
and
now they're tying him more to Swamp Thing. I don't know.
Would make sense, but
Hard to say.
yeah, I like that aspect. I mean, it made sense for him, but
Yeah.
we'll see. I mean, I don't get Titans. I haven't gotten it since a while, but yeah. One little bit of news. Book is ending, coming back rather quickly.
Yep.
I wonder if it'll be called Teen Titans or New Teen Titans.
It's New Teen Titans.
Is it
yeah.
officially or?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so there's that. Another DC book ending, but immediately coming back.
Yeah.
Do you see the solicits for or the up for pre-order the volume 3 of Greg Snyder's
I did not.
Sorry, Scott Snyder and Capallo's Batman run.
No.
In the box set, the Court of Owls edition, you got an owl mask.
Oh yeah.
This one you get a Joker mask, but it's his flayed cut off face mask.
That's kind of gross.
Yeah, with like part of his hair as well, like full wearable. So $40 for it's not a lot of issues that you get.
Probably 5 or 6.
Yeah, but you get the mask. So
I wouldn't want to pay an extra like $15 for a mask.
It looks kind of cool. It's one of those things where not only is it's a cool masking, but it's also a neat little prop, like the owl mask. It would be a cool thing to put on your wall.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of those pack-in bonus items that's actually cool.
All right.
And you wouldn't necessarily have to use it for its intended purpose. It would be a cool display piece, which
Yeah.
I kind of like. And I think that'd be cool to have that like hanging on the wall.
Yeah.
Just like, here's the flayed mask of the Joker.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of cool. I don't think I'll pick it up if it's eventually on a cheap deal.
Will not.
I have the issue, so I don't know.
Yeah.
And looks like we're having another major death in the comic book industry.
Sure are.
Technically, would it count as 2 deaths?
The biggest death of all time.
Would it be 2 deaths?
Why?
Because he's both continuities he's dying?
I mean, both continuities.
Okay, first of all, Archie's dying. He's dying.
Killing him off.
He's dying in the Life with Archie series, both universes, where he's married to Betty and Veronica.
Yes. Okay, yeah.
Apparently, it's a noble, heroic sacrifice.
Yeah, he sacrifices himself
Yeah.
for, I don't know, whatever.
It clearly looks like a gunshot, but...
Yeah.
And then,
shirt.
they're not killing off Archie. It's just that the spun-off continuity where one where he married Betty, one where he married Veronica, and then those two are recombining or something.
I don't know. I don't think so.
I thought they were. I thought that was the.
Well, it's too radically different.
Yeah.
I don't think they can combine. So.
Or maybe they're ending and starting again.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, kind of an interesting thing. I mean, it was kind of a big deal when they spun off that Life with Archie thing, like, because that was always, which one is he eventually going to end up with? Here's both, by both. Oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Now they're killing Archie. So it's not the Afterlife with Archie, which you are a massive fan of.
Everyone's a massive fan. It's awesome.
I think that'll be a trade for me. I think I'm not the biggest Archie fan in the world, but it kind of appeals to me on certain levels, so I think I'll pick that up in a trade form.
Yeah.
Bit of video game news from the week. I remember talking about that Disney Infinity game thing.
Yes, sir. It's pretty awesome.
It's been some highs and lows since it came out. The additional sets are kind of slow to trickle out.
Yeah.
The character selection has been rather modern compared to the back catalog.
Mm-hmm.
People are still wondering why the hell Lone Ranger is in that set.
Because it's awesome.
Yeah, for the
That's
5 people
why.
that saw the movie.
500 million people that saw.
Yeah, and how many of them were small children who would want to purchase those figure sets?
Every one
Very
of them.
few.
Every one of them.
No. But looks like they're going to get a shot in the arm with some Marvel Avengers sets coming out. There was a promo of Cap Shield bouncing around the scenery in the video game world there. And it says, like, bring on the superheroes.
Mm-hmm.
So, big property that Disney has, probably the biggest, at least.
Well, there's also going to be Star Wars coming up.
Oh, yeah, exactly. So, like, it's the biggest property Disney has right now until Star Wars gets released. So, this would be a good time to put the Avengers guys in so it doesn't take away from the Star Wars side.
Mm-hmm.
As I said, I don't play the game because I really have no interest in the game itself. But they start putting out these cool Marvel figures, the same style as the rest of the characters in the set. I'll probably pick up a couple.
Yeah.
Because they're really cool designed little mini statue sculpts, and I wouldn't mind seeing what they do with some of the Marvel guys. I think they could be cool. Like a Hulk or an Iron Man could look kind of cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it will be a big grab for kids. I mean, they'll want all of them. I think this could be what puts the Disney Infinity stuff, pushes it around where the Skylanders stuff is for kids.
Yeah, that's true.
They got a big jump on them, but you start shoving Marvel on everything, kids will buy it.
Oh, yeah.
Which is cool. Nintendo had their big Nintendo Direct conference yesterday.
Did they?
Yeah. The whole thing was about Smash Brothers.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
Nintendo needs some good news for itself, and Smash Brothers is the way to do it. last month was heavy on Mario Kart, and we're kind of getting that coming out in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's, I don't know if it's going to be enough to push me to buy a Wii U, just Mario Kart, so we had release dates kind of announced for Smash Brothers, so it kind of sets up if you're on the fence about buying a Wii U. The Smash Brothers Wii U version doesn't drop until winter, so...
That's a long time.
Yeah. The 3DS one is in the summer, though. Little interesting that they're spacing them that far apart. So if you were thinking about getting a Wii U for Mario Kart and Smash Bros, maybe plan out end of the year. Might be able to find Mario Kart on a sale. All the characters are going to be in both versions, so you're not going to have to pick and choose which version you want if you want a certain character, so that's kind of good.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
Both versions run at 60 frames a second, which is kind of impressive for Nintendo's hardware.
Mm-hmm.
And the cool thing is the stages are going to be somewhat different on both consoles. The Wii U version is going to have backgrounds and stages that kind of reflect the console versions of games. And the 3DS is going to have backgrounds and levels that mirror the handheld versions of the games they represent.
Huh.
So I think that's kind of interesting. So
that's pretty neat.
There could be like an Animal Crossing background that's on the 3DS, and like a Zelda version that could be on, or like a Twilight Princess or something version for the Wii U background stage.
That'd be neat.
So it'd be kind of cool. They showed off, I'm not sure if it's been seen before, but that was this final smash for the villager. He like builds this little house for a raccoon family, and it's like the perfect home, and then blows it up. Like, that's a little dark. It's a little creepy. We had a couple of new characters announced as well for the game. Greninja from Pokemon XY and Charizard are now playable characters. You don't have to have the Pokemon trainer to play as Charizard.
That's different.
Yeah, so like just standalone Pokemon. People are still hoping for Mewtwo, but no dice. Maybe later on down the road. And we have an announcement as well. There are no transformations for characters in this version. So Zelda and Sheik are different characters this time on the select screen, as well as Samus and Zero Suit Samus. They're completely different characters. So
that's alright, though.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, for Zelda and Sheik, it makes sense. I mean, I kind of like the cool...
Is there still Kirby?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
God, I go with Kirby.
Yeah.
And King Dedede, he's always in there. The coolest one that I'm looking forward to the most is playing as the boxer from Punch-Out. Just because he looks fantastic. And he's a super strong ground fighter, but he goes up in the air and he just like doesn't know what to do with himself. He like falls around and stuff, and because like he's a boxer, he shouldn't be taken to the air that much.
That's awesome.
And for online play, there's two different modes. There's for glory and for fun. For glory is for the hardcore fans. You only have the Final Destination stage, which is like the hardcore serious stage. No items, and I think everything is recorded. Wins, losses, all that stuff. For fun is wins only are recorded, all the stages are open, all items and that. So it kind of does a balance for people that are hardcore Smash players and then the fun side of it. So it looks to be a lot of fun. I mean, they're always fun games to play. They're barely fighting games, but they're fun games to play with a group of people.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm hoping by the time that comes out, maybe or in North America, we can have multiple gamepad support.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Hopefully.
But we'll see. I'm looking forward to it. That might get me to get a Wii U. We'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know. A little tiny bit of toy news from the week.
That's alright, too. Yeah.
The previews, they showed up some digital sculpts of the Batman cartoon series, Two-Face and Mr. Freeze.
I actually did see those.
The Two-Face is based on the original Batman cartoon from the 90s. So he has...
The best Batman cartoon.
Probably the best Batman, period.
Yeah.
And it looks really great. The picture didn't show off his coin, but DC is like, no, he's going to have his coin, don't worry. He's got his gas mask, Tommy gun, pocket watch, and everything. Looks great. The Mr. Freeze is from the New Adventures of Batman, though, so he has that redesign, so he doesn't look as good as I was hoping. I wasn't a big fan of the Mr. Freeze redesign on the New Adventures. I liked the original version of Mr. Freeze with the big red goggles and everything. But again, as we had mentioned previously on the show, DC has commented that just because a character is released in the New Adventures line of figures doesn't mean we won't get a Batman animated series version and vice versa. So, I mean, we're going to get
Depends
multiple...
on sales.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to get multiple Batman. The announced one is from the New Adventures, but we're eventually going to get an animated series one with the yellow logo. Mm-hmm. You just know we are, because why wouldn't they?
Yeah.
So, I was kind of happy to see the Two-Face. It looks great. Mr. Freeze, not so much, but I'll probably still get them, despite the fact they're probably going to be $25. Mm-hmm. But 6-inch articulated versions of the cartoon figures... They're going to sell every single one of those they make.
Probably.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, no segue for us this week.
No?
Alright. TV and movies!
Yay!
Well, we'll start off with a... God damn it. We'll start off with a little bit and then do a little bit of a discussion here about a recently released movie. Perhaps some people want to see.
One I promised last week, which forced Gary to go and watch.
I didn't force me. It got me to go see it quicker than I probably would have intended to.
Well, you usually go opening night. So
there
now
was a
you
midnight
went...
show.
It was on Thursday.
No, it wasn't. I looked.
Sure there was.
No.
Rainbow there was.
Anyway, to start, though, people who saw the Ninja Turtles trailer and were disappointed now have posters to be disappointed by.
Just Gary.
Just everyone. They released teaser posters for the Ninja Turtles movie. All it is forearm, hands, and weapons. Which would be great if we didn't get a trailer that showed off what they looked like. Yeah. They're doing this backwards, so good job.
Teaser poster should come before.
Yeah, exactly. You remember the poster for the first Ninja Turtles movie with them poking up out of the sewer?
Who would remember that?
Everyone.
Come on.
With them poking up out of the sewer hole and just seeing their bandanas in their eyes, that is a poster. These teaser posters, while crap, would have been better if we didn't see what they look like.
Yeah.
And way to try and be original with Raph holding the sai the exact same way they've always had him hold the sai for the last 25 years. So trying to reinvent and be original.
It's called a signature move, Gary.
Yeah, but they're trying to reinvent and be original. You would have thought maybe they would have tried something else. So they're contradicting themselves.
Contradicting yourself.
Game of Thrones got renewed for season 5 and 6.
Yes, sir.
So that's good news.
What did you think of the first episode this year?
I loved it. I thought it was really good.
I thought it was good, but I just thought it was a little slowly paced. With last year's happenings and all that, I was expecting a little action first.
Well, they're not going to go to... They can't keep always putting in
not
high
always.
You didn't like...
Open with a bang.
They open with a huge bang!
With what? Cersei not giving in to Jaime's wiles?
No, with, finally the return of ice, and then what Tywin did with ice. That was one of my, heartbreaking moments in the book. I always hated how Ilan Payne, you give spoilers, by the way. I always hate how Ilan Payne got to keep ice. There's no way that son of a bitch should have a Valyrian steel broadsword. Yeah. And then Tywin getting it back and melting it down. Yeah. Making 2 swords because of how goddamn big that blade was. Yeah. I thought it was cool. And with what happens and ends up with that sword that he gave Jaime is going to be amazing. I don't want to spoil it for you, but...
Yeah.
I loved Arya getting Needle back. That was...
Yeah, that was pretty cool. That was actually a good bit of action. Okay,
yeah.
So there was some action.
I think out of... I'm partway through book 4. I think out of all of that, that is the only moment I've ever read in any of those books where I'm like, yes! Something good finally happened to one of these characters.
I know, eh?
I remember sitting at work reading that, and I'm like, she got it back!
You mean Sansa got married? That was good.
Oh yeah, that wasn't awful. But, I liked the first episode, and I was a little worried about how we'd get Oberon worked in, considering how much kind of character he has and brings to the show.
He's pretty cool.
I thought the way they spit it up and kind of condensed it down with his paramour being there as well was great.
Yeah.
Oberon is one of my favorite characters in the book, and I think he's great. I cannot wait to see where they take him.
Yeah.
I love it. I thought it was great.
Well, you know what else is great? In 20 years, when you read the final book, you'll get to know the whole story.
You know, whoever ends up finishing the book series will, I'm sure, give a satisfying conclusion. You know what? At this point, since they know how the series ends, if Martin does leave this plane, I wouldn't be surprised if these guys finish writing the series, the books.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if that happens.
Well, he's helped outline everything.
Well,
the thing is, well, yeah, he's had to because they're going way faster than he is.
They want to. What was it? 8 they want to aim for, and then maybe a movie to wrap it up.
Yeah.
So this, I mean, they have diverged a bit. This one took parts from a lot of different books. So
yeah, they said that last year though.
Season 4 was going to be like they're going to have readers head scratching like, what book is this from?
Mm-hmm.
So, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was really, really good. Yeah. So let's talk Cap 2.
All right.
Holy crap!
Yeah, it was pretty good.
What a fantastic film. For me, I consider this to be the Aliens of comic book movies.
With
Alien
Avengers as Alien?
No, with Cap. First Avenger is Alien.
Okay.
Because you look at Cap, First Avenger, it's a World War II pulp action film.
Yeah.
You look at Winter Soldier, it's a modern day
Action
espionage spy thriller.
Yeah.
2 completely different genres of movies. Same with Alien being a horror, Aliens being an action.
Yeah.
Both great movies for vastly different reasons.
Well, actually, because you mentioned that, I don't know if you remember. I think I mentioned on last week's show even. Everyone was saying this was the best Marvel movie ever, but compared to Avengers, they're 2 totally different movies.
Yeah.
So you can't really say one is better than the other because both are blockbusters. Both did really well. Both are really good. But they're 2 totally different genres.
In order to pick out your favorite, it's always going to come down to personal preference.
Exactly.
I mean, I think... I don't know, I loved the action sequences in Cap because of how kind of grounded they looked and felt.
They were pretty fantastic.
Some of the shaky cam stuff, you know, I mean, those guys aren't exactly experienced action directors, like they're sitcom guys.
Yeah.
But, I mean... a more experienced action director might not have relied so heavily on the shaky cam, you know, unless you're making a Bourne movie.
Yeah.
But I just thought it was well paced. Even it was a long movie, but it never felt like a long movie.
No, I didn't notice the time at all, actually.
And like some of the smaller performances, like Redford was great. I thought he was really.
I like
good.
the Falcon.
Falcon,
he was pretty good.
Holy crap, is Anthony Mackie like charming?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know. Charming.
That gentleman is charming. And like his gear was great. Like they made.
I like that actually.
Yeah, they made Falcon, who could easily be one of the cheesiest characters Marvel's ever done, come off well. I mean, I don't know where they're gonna take him now that we don't have any wings, but I mean,
they'll rebuild.
Oh yeah, Stark could easily.
And then he's got to start talking to birds, and then that'll be
the only way they're gonna work Red Wing in is they'll name the jetpack Red Wing. That's how it'll happen. They're not going to have him with a telepathic connection.
Or have like some sort of little spy drone bird or something.
Ooh, drone, like a drone that comes out of the back.
Yeah, something like
Patent pending. You heard it right here first. So, Feige, come see us. We know things. We do things. The Winter Soldier was one of the highlights. Not in it as much as it first looked like he would be, but when they used him, it was like a big deal.
He was pretty cool.
He was fantastic. Sebastian Stan is amazing. I'm glad they've got that guy in for like 9
They didn't really
movies.
use... Was it... Sharon? They didn't use Sharon Carter very much.
That I'm okay with. Just having her hinted at and
but I'm sure she'll be
there.
a much larger role in the next one.
Yeah, well, she's with the CIA, so, I mean...
Yeah.
The cool thing about the CIA is they operate overseas.
Yeah.
Which is where Cap and Falcon are probably going to end up heading, looking for Bucky. Yeah. So that gives them a perfect way to work her in, because FBI is domestic, CIA is foreign. So having her go to the CIA would be a great indication of where they could take that. They had a great chemistry with Cap and Falcon. I thought they were fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Like, on your left.
Yeah.
On your left.
Don't
say on your left!
That was pretty good. I was surprised at how good ScarJo was, though.
Oh, shit, that easily her best turn is Black Widow.
I haven't, like, her last, I don't know, 8 movies, have not really enjoyed too much.
Yeah.
But
She had a trailer for a weird movie.
yeah, it's her horror film coming
That
out.
one where like her brain is getting like super juiced.
Yeah.
That could be interesting. I mean, she's not naked in it.
It's supposed to be really good, actually.
Yeah.
So I'm actually looking forward to that movie.
Yeah, it looks pretty
her
good.
Her last bunch have just been meh.
I wanted to see her, but she does the voiceover, so it doesn't really count as a performance per se. But it really does. But I still want to see it.
Yeah.
I thought some of her highlights were one of the bits that made me laugh so hard was when he goes back to the vending machine.
Oh yeah.
And then she stands behind him.
Yeah, that's
chewing
pretty
the
good.
gum, like it's awesome. And the whole bye bye bikinis.
Yeah, that was pretty
Oh yeah,
good.
I bet you look terrible in them now.
Yeah, I liked it.
Public displays of affection make people uncomfortable. Yes, they do.
I liked Zola's comeback.
Oh my god, my mind was blown when that happened.
That was pretty sweet.
I like the little camera on top of the TV. I'm thinking, what the hell? Oh my god.
Yeah.
That was like, and there's nothing saying he's gone because
no, he's
Plug and
probably
Baby could have been uploaded anywhere.
He could have went into her phone even.
Yeah.
Like
I just thought that was so friggin' cool.
that was pretty awesome.
The set piece action at the end with the 3 helicarriers.
That was pretty cool.
Was pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. And the fight scene between... I like how... Like, I love the close quarters combat that Cap and the Winter Soldier were engaged in. Like, the knife flip and, like, the going after his arm and, like, the sleeper hold to put him down.
Yeah.
It was so good.
That was pretty cool.
And there was just so much great stuff. The car chase with Nick Fury and those Badgins.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, okay, clearly we're spoiling stuff here, so...
Who cares?
But the whole flipping around the history now of the Marvel Universe...
Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
Yeah, it was
I
pretty
mean,
neat.
not original. I mean, that happened in the books at least, like, 5 times.
Mm-hmm.
But, wow.
So, I guess another point that was brought up, I don't know if you read about Nick Fury. Did you read any Nick Fury news lately?
Regarding...
Nick Fury?
Movie Nick Fury?
Both.
Nick Fury to die in the books, possibly, after Original Sin, and then replaced
because
by...
why?
Because it's going to be Sam Jackson-only version of Nick Fury now?
But also, I guess maybe you missed the one little point.
Probably.
In the movies... I guess Sam Jackson is once in a while he references how he knew Cap in the war, which will retcon the Marvel books somehow, or they're hoping it doesn't. But it's just like what the heck? Yeah,
Sam Jackson's Nick Fury, or
Sam Jackson's Nick Fury? Yes.
In the movies, knew Cap doing the World
in
War
the
II.
movie, yes.
That's not possible.
No shit. But anyways,
my biggest thing is my thing is probably. In the Marvel Universe movies, Nick Fury is a title more so than a name.
Yeah,
that's just my guess.
We'll see.
But yeah, I'm hoping Sam Jackson does some more pop-ups every once in a while in the movies.
Yeah. I'm sure he will.
Yeah.
He loves those movies.
Yeah.
So.
Why wouldn't he?
And he's on S.H.I.E.L.D. He was on S.H.I.E.L.D. this week, and he's going to be in the final episode.
Yeah, that's a game changer for that show. Like,
yeah.
I mean, we had our post-Cap episode. I read some spoilers for it about who the Hydra guy was on the team, and that's kind of a cool game changer for that show.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, okay, the organization you work for is actually full of bad guys and now is destroyed.
Yeah.
So, I mean, do you think maybe we'll see Sword or Hammer, maybe?
Hammer would be kind of cool.
Yeah. I mean,
cool.
There's nothing saying that they can't.
Yeah.
I mean, there's got to be something floating around. I love people's criticisms of Cap too. It's like, where's Hawkeye? Why did you just call Iron Man for help? Like, shut up. Like,
it's true.
Arguably, in this universe, those are going to be the questions that always pop up.
Of course.
But
they always will.
That's one of the things where I think when it comes to the writing of the story, they need to be careful with how they craft it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, with Iron Man 3, there was really no need for the Avengers to show up.
No. There wasn't in this one either. Until the helicarriers actually came out, they weren't really needed.
Yeah.
Because it was just Cap on the run from S.H.I.E.L.D. That's it. So.
But in Thor, arguably, maybe world-ending universe destruction could have probably used some help there.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the thing. Like, you got to try and make sure that the story you're crafting isn't universe-ending to warrant those. Okay, we need the group here.
Yeah, exactly.
But overall, I loved Cap. The end stinger was great with Baron Strucker
Yeah.
and showing off Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver.
That was cool.
That was amazing. So that answered our questions now about what they are.
Yeah.
They're some type of experiment at the hands of Hydra.
Yeah.
Whether it's using Tesseract energy or whatever's powering Loki's staff, which now we know where the hell that ended up.
I know.
So S.H.I.E.L.D. confiscated Loki's staff at the end of Avengers, and then it got picked up and taken by Hydra. Yeah. Because Hydra is S.H.I.E.L.D. I love the red S.H.I.E.L.D. logo on the helicarrier as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can't say enough about that movie. It was so great.
5 out of 5 for me.
Easily 5 out of 5. The costume's fantastic. I love that suit. And
so
the fight scenes, action sequences were great. The elevator fight scene.
Everything was
Rumlow,
great.
like, when he becomes Crossbones eventually.
Yeah.
Like, we had an origin story for a villain inside our Captain America movie. Plus, Danny Pudi.
So did you see the news then, Cap 3 release date?
Toe-to-toe with Batman vs. Superman.
I have a feeling Cap's going to take it.
I got a feeling Cap's going to move.
I don't think so. I think DC's going to cave. With each Marvel movie
DC's
making
caved.
more
That'll be
and
the
more
second time
and
DC's
more.
caved. They originally were going toe-to-toe with, Star Wars? In 2015?
Don't remember, actually.
Then they bailed and went to Summer, so this would be the second move for DC. There's nothing... If Marvel probably...
But see, that's the thing. They've got the next Avengers movie coming out, and then the Cap after that.
They could easily bump Cap to...
They could.
April or August.
But Marvel rules superhero movies.
That's the thing, though. They could afford to move it if they wanted to.
They could.
I think right now,
but I think they want to make DC bow down. Right
now, my opinion is they're using it as a marketing gimmick.
Maybe.
To build up anticipation. Like, toe-to-toe. Maybe a year from now, they're going to budget. They're going to move it. DC's moved Batman once. That's why they're always like, they're said now, we're not moving. They can't afford to move it. They can't afford to look even more afraid. Marvel has the ability to be like, fine, whatever. From box office standpoint, they don't want 2 giant movies on the same week. They don't, because people can't go to both.
I know, exactly.
If you move them...
That's why I think Cap will take it if it comes down to it.
I think from a business standpoint, they'll want to split. They'll have the movie, like the theater owners and those people that represent them, wanting it moved, even if it's by a week or 2.
If it's a week, that'll suck. Like, let's see if Cap comes out before, that'll suck the box office out of their second
Box office nowadays is all about opening weekend.
Well, I know that.
Even if you budget by a week, you're still going to split it.
It would be smarter for them to go the week after.
Even if it goes a week one way or the other, I think it might end up being a little bit more. But that's my thought. That is right now it's a pissing contest, and Marvel is going to be smart enough to realize that
I don't know. I hope
no matter when their movies open, they're going to make money. I think DC has to stick by it, otherwise they look frightened.
But the other thing that's bad too is superhero glut. It's too much in one tiny confined space.
Yeah, I'm worried about that with Marvel if they end up doing their 3 movies a year.
Yeah. Well, they separate them though quite a bit, so that's not bad.
You
get a good break.
Yeah, if you're on every 3 months, I mean.
Yeah. So is there anything else that caught your eye this week? Anything at all?
Bob's floating around on the interwebs. Seeing as the X-Men are always used to market every possible conceivable thing under the sun, Days of Future Past is no exception. Quicksilver and Mystique have Hardee's ads. Did you see them?
I saw his hair. It's terrible.
It's, shameful, this Quicksilver. Basically, it's just him eating a goddamn burger biscuit thing with bacon falling down, and he's doing his speed trick to eat it while it's falling. It's pretty stupid, and it makes no sense whatsoever. And it's really friggin' ridiculous. The costume looks ridiculous. In motion, he looks awful.
Yeah. It's
just shameful. It's a bad piece of marketing. They should be ashamed. Ashamed! There was a really cool behind-the-scenes video of the original Predator. They had the original concept art and sketch mold as well as costume for the Predator. And Jean-Claude Van Damme was in the costume, like, fresh off the boat from Brussels.
Oh, yeah?
In order to do the cloaking effect, they had to contrast it so heavy with the background of the jungle, so it was this giant neon red suit.
Oh, really?
And the original design for the Predator had like these backwards knees and this long, elongated face, bug-looking thing. And Van Damme in the costume running around dragging people. It was friggin' hilarious. The guy from Stan Winston Studios is going on about how much he hated the suit, and he was like, thought he'd be an action star using his karate or whatever. And he's just in this giant rubber suit, and he also didn't realize that the red was done for the cloaking effect.
Oh, yeah.
He thought that's what the thing actually would look like. So he was like losing his mind in anger between takes. So yeah, check out the video. It's kind of funny to see this giant neon red alien thing. It looks like some kind of a Guyver movie. It's friggin' weird.
That's funny.
And WrestleMania was this weekend.
It was. Lots of sad fans.
Lots of sad fans. Undertaker's streak is over.
22-1, I think it was.
21-1, wasn't it?
I don't know. I thought it was 22. Whatever, it's somewhere around there.
Yeah, he lost to Brock Lesnar. Now,
which I also think is stupid.
Well, here's the thing. My theory is as follows. Everybody has been kind of on Vince's ass lately for the not great push that Daniel Bryan has been getting.
Yes.
The guy is the most popular wrestler they have right now, despite what Triple H may think. Everybody loves Daniel Bryan. He's a scrappy, young, smaller guy. He's got a cool move set.
Got a beard.
He's got this giant beard. He's got a great chant that hasn't been like...
Yeah.
The entire crowd gets behind his yes chant.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's amazing. And they've kind of, been pushing some of like Batista, Randy Orton, Triple H more so, despite the fact that the fans are like, no, Bryan. So one of the whole gimmicks from WrestleMania was that Daniel Bryan had a match against Triple H. Yeah. Winner of that goes on to the triple threat match for the title against Orton and Batista. Everybody knew that Bryan was going to end up in that match. Some way or the other, he was going to end up in that match. Yeah. So going in, that was obvious. So the main event at WrestleMania was going to be Daniel Bryan, Randy Orton, and Batista for the belt. Now, that was obvious. If you have a WrestleMania on the card, a match on the card at WrestleMania that is obvious and a lock, it's kind of not a good thing for the WWE. That's not their business. Yeah. So, that being assumed that Daniel Bryan was going to win, the other assumption also being that Undertaker was going to win. Yeah. People were always assuming that Bryan was going to win the belt. What great way to throw off people's assumptions that Bryan was going to win the belt by having Taker lose.
Exactly.
So, my theory is that's why it was done. And apparently Paul Heyman did a fantastic job of calling the match with such surprise that people thought that maybe Brock went off script for it. Yeah. But he didn't. Taker knew this was happening. There was like 6 people that knew this was going to happen. Yeah. And Taker obviously being one of them. So yeah, people were so surprised by it, but I think that was why it was done, was to subvert expectations. Like, well, if Taker could lose
you need some kind of showstopper or surprise in every WrestleMania.
So like, if Taker's streak could end to Lesnar of all people, how do we know Bryan is going to win this match now against the other 2 guys? So my theory is that's why it happened. And Daniel Bryan did win the match, but I think people might have been a little hesitant now to just expect that. Yeah. And I think one of the coolest things, I saw some footage from the match, was a Batista bomb RKO combo. Like, Batista lifted him up for the power bomb, and as he was coming down, through a table, Orton, like, jumps on the table and RKOs Bryan at the same time.
Oh, yeah?
Like, that's pretty friggin' cool.
Huh.
But yeah, Bryan ended up winning, so he's the champ now, which is really cool.
That is pretty cool.
And that's my theory as to why now was the time for Undertaker to lose. Because of how things have been played with Daniel Bryan, they needed a way to subvert the expectation of him winning. Yeah. What better way to call that into question than by ending the, Taker's going to win expectation.
So, true story.
There you go.
So we also, every WrestleMania, have a Hall of Fame induction ceremony.
Yes, indeed.
And one of those people this year was the Ultimate Warrior.
Finally.
Yes.
And then, unfortunately, sad news broke today, just actually a couple of hours ago.
Yeah, it was crazy.
The Ultimate Warrior passed away.
Was it today or yesterday?
It might have been late last night or this morning type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently he collapsed outside of his the hotel he was at with his wife, and he was pronounced dead either at or on the way to the hospital. And yeah, I mean, I read this and I'm like, oh.
It's kind of a shocker.
Yeah, I mean, this is, there was that whole thing back in the early 2000s that he had died, so I was like, oh, maybe this is just one of those again.
Hoax.
But no, the news outlets were reporting it. People from inside the industry were also like tweeting out condolences and that. Which is weird how Twitter is like the condolence message carrier.
It is
nowadays.
Yeah,
it's a little weird.
That's really shocking. Though.
Yeah,
he's only 45.
Yeah, he was at WrestleMania. He showed up on Raw the next day.
Yeah,
got inducted, and yeah, it's like I love the Ultimate Warrior.
Who doesn't love the Ultimate Warrior?
Those were the big three, like Savage, Hogan, and the Warrior.
Yeah,
during like the heyday of the classic era.
Yeah, it's just
a little bit of sad news.
Weird to see that. I mean, just totally, man, that was weird.
Yeah.
Another sort of related note, another big passing, maybe not so big nowadays as
certain people
to this current generation. He's not very well known, but Mickey Rooney died at age 93. One of the only actors to have acted in 10 different decades, like literally 10 decades, 100 years nearly of acting, because he started when he was 2 years old to be in various silent films and all sorts of stuff and whatever in the 20s and all that, up until even in his newest role, Night at the Museum 3, which will soon be released, I can't remember, this year or early next year. 93 years old, still acting like crazy. So 10 decades of acting. He's in something like 362 films, which is a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot of films. Plus innumerable television roles like Full House, ER. He was on like every show. Yeah, every show there ever was. So, pretty sad. Mickey Rooney used to be the #1 box office champ in Idol and what have you way back. So, he had a good run, had a long run.
Yeah.
So, kind of sad. So, 2 notable deaths this week, and it's not even over.
So
hopefully, we'll end stronger. We'll see.
So on that note, I guess we'll
end the show on a downer.
Take our leave of you fine folks this day. Thank you for joining us here once again on the Pendulum Podcast.
That's right. That's right.
You can check out all of Geoff's wonderful writings, his musings.
On telltalemind.com, and there'll be a Gary posting tomorrow about Bizarro, I believe.
Or today, if Geoff gets his shit together.
No, it'll be tomorrow.
No.
Alright. It's almost, yeah.
That's fair. You should probably go to your
channel. So like our Facebook page, like our YouTube channel, like everything there is to like. Follow us on...
Maybe starting an Instagram. People use Instagram still, right?
Oh, yes. That's huge.
I thought you're doing an Instagram thing with some moody, artsy photos of my figures. I put one up today.
Did you? On Instagram?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your Instagram address?
It's actually the Ragnarok. I thought I was trying to make one, and I son of a bitch, someone has my name already.
Really?
But it turns out it was me.
That's awesome.
I was a password recovery away from having my account back.
Oh, that's cool.
Woo!
That's cool. Let's check us out on our Twitters. Gary's the Ragnarok. I'm the Telltale Mind. And, yeah. I think that should cover everything.
I think we're wrapping this up with a nice...
Hopefully next week will be more stuff's happening.
I had some stuff. We had some good quality articles and TV. We had a good cap chat.
That's right. I don't think there's any blockbuster this week coming out, is there?
No, I don't think so. I think we're on a little bit of a holding pattern now till...
I think next week is Oculus, but I'm going to wait to see that.
That could be interesting.
It looks awesome. It looks awesome.
You got,
there's Transcendence.
That's Transcendence.
Maybe it's Oculus this week, Transcendence next week. And then...
Well, still got a while till August, till Guardians, so...
There's Amazing Spider-Man 2, Gary.
Yep. Guardians of the Galaxy. Coming up.
Oh, man.
Guardians
That's
of
it.
the Galaxy.
We're out.